Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here, and I have a huge bombshell that's going to be dropped on my program today. Clinton insider Larry Nichols is coming on, and he's got some in-depth and inside information on Donald Trump, the Democrats, impeachment, and the whole 9 yards. But I'm going to kind of let him tell you that. Now, he's also got a book, 28 Years to Nowhere. As you guys know, he is an author. Amazing book. I've read the whole thing. Gets into all the blood trails on the Clintons, Vince Foster, and hundreds of others that I believe followed that. Lots of great info. And that's at larrysbook.com. Also, Larry's going to be opening up his own website and eventually starting a YouTube channel, which I encourage all of you to follow. But I'll leave information below. But his new website is larrynichols.us, and you can subscribe there with that channel. But before I get into any of that, I want to just introduce you straight up to Larry. Larry, are you with me over there?
Yes, ma'am, I am. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for having me on.
Well, thank you for coming on the broadcast. I know your health has been like up and down recently, so I'm glad I can at least bring you on via audio. So I guess let's just, jump right into it. Can you tell me what's going on with the Democrats, Donald Trump, and all of that?
All right, let me just say it out loud for everyone to hear. They plan to impeach Donald Trump within the next 6 months. Now, that does not necessarily mean that he'll be impeached and out of office, because remember, you got to go through an impeachment, then you got to go through a Senate trial. But once they announce that he's impeached, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. Now, folks, to show you what's coming, most all of you, I think, are aware that going around as conservative congressmen, senators, speakers, as they go around and have these town hall meetings or these gatherings, George Soros and his crew and Obama, they have got people that come out, and I call them paid anarchists. Lisa, they literally come out, and their job is to stand up in the town hall meeting and put the congressman or senator through the mill, shout them down, totally disrupt the meeting. That's what they've been doing. Y'all have all seen that. Well, here's the new twist. They are training, starting, I think, first of next month or maybe the middle of next month. They will start training their trainers to get back out and do it again, except this time, Lisa, they're going to go out and pretend that they're us. They're going to pretend that they're us. I'm sure that's thrown somebody for a little bit of a loop, so may I explain? When they call on the impeachment, their whole motive is to put this country into a constitutional crisis, which I have told y'all about over and over and over, which leads to FEMA provisional government. Now let me back up a little bit. Remember with Hillary, with Obama, all that they have to do if Hillary were elected, all they would have to do is get, for example, 5 major cities to have 5 major riots, all virtually at the same time. Then FEMA triggers automatically. You don't have to go through Congress, it's triggered. The other way it triggers automatically is an act of war or an invasion. Any other situation that poses constitutional crisis, Lisa, it goes to Congress, and Congress has to vote. You with me? I hope I haven't confused everybody.
No. So in other words, if there's 5 cities where there's rioting, then FEMA takes over without Congress. So, right? So that would be a way around the system. If you can get that kind of involvement, which obviously it's George Soros funded groups, it's 100% plausible.
Right. Now, what what they're going to do when they cause the impeachment, when that's announced, they're going to go around with these paid anarchists, except guess what? They're going to play like they're us, the Trump people, the conservative Christian moral people. And they're going to riot. And they're going to blame it on us. Blame it on us. Now, as I have been told, they will probably not do the automatic triggering. Because Trump is in office, the whole plan of the automatic triggering mechanism, Lisa, has been, at this time, it's off the table. And here's why. When he gets impeached, here comes a constitutional crisis. Congress has to come in, and they got to handle this crisis. They will use FEMA provisional government as the basis or the backbone of what they're going to do. And so what they would do is, the first thing that has to happen chronologically to get the FEMA provisional government in is you have to do one thing. You have to get Congress to set aside our constitutional representative form of government. They got to do that. And what is scary, that scares me to death, Lisa, once they set aside our present type of government, then Congress will invoke what will be called a temporary emergency government plan under FEMA. And then they will put in whoever they want to be king. It will not be Mike Pence.
How do you think they'll get away with not allowing Mike Pence up?
Because when they set aside the constitutional representative republic form of government during this emergency, it is set aside. So you see, in the Constitution, if Donald Trump is forced to resign or gets killed or whatever, you know, in our Constitution, the provision is that he's replaced by the vice president.
Right.
They're going to remove the constitutional form of government. They're going to remove it.
Through the FEMA provisional government.
Right. They're going to rule that there's a national crisis. It's a constitutional crisis, which means it literally is so bad, like the Civil War, where it could, you know, destroy our nation. And then they will come at the American people saying, oh, woe is us, woe is us, the sky's falling, the sky's falling. And then Congress will say, hold on, we got the answer. What we're going to do, we planned for this, you know, we're going to put in a temporary emergency government to get us through this crisis. Okay?
Okay.
And then that's what they'll do. Remember, when our Constitution is legally set aside, then Congress at that point could put together any kind of government. They could turn us into communists, they could turn us into dictatorial, they could turn us into an oligarchy, anything they want under the provision or proviso that is an emergency temporary plan to stabilize the country. But that's how they'll sell it to us. It's just temporary. You know, Lisa, don't worry. We're just having to do this to protect the country. It's temporary.
I see.
When the whole truth of the matter is they'll never turn it back. Never.
Okay.
Now, guys, I know some of you are thinking that I'm crazy. Well, number one, you're right. I am crazy. Because as the book 28 Years to Nowhere will show you, I've spent 28 years of my life trying to correct something that I did, that I helped do. And I stayed after the Clintons. Hillary's gone now. And by the way, to my knowledge, Hillary is not included in a new provisional government plan. The Democrats have had it with her. They're blaming her for all of the losses, you know, of the state seats and all of the gubernatorial seats. They blame her for all of it. So for all practical purposes at this point, Hillary's out of the picture in this provisional plan.
Well, that's good. I mean, it's bad news if the provisional plan goes through, but you think they'll actually be able to push it that far?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is there?
Think about it, Lisa. Remember one of the rules in the system that I helped build. Number one, I'll test your memory about me a little bit. Where did I come up with much of the strategies that are used in the Clinton system? Where did they come from?
Well, you built a lot of that. Put a lot of it together.
Yeah, but where did I get the concepts? From Hitler. Mein Kampf, Goebbels. And one of the things that we had as one of our rules, one of our plays, as we called them when I was with the Clintons, was that if you control the media and you tell a lie often enough, and that's all anybody hears is the lie. Hitler proved that if you do that long enough and that's all people hear, eventually, you know what? It becomes true.
Yeah.
Now, that's what they're doing with Donald Trump today. So that y'all know, when Mueller comes in and starts this investigation, Mueller is a part of the system in Washington, D.C. He's a part of it. So Donald Trump poses everybody in Washington, D.C., from department head to cabinet level, to Congress, to the Senate. He poses a problem to all of them because he is there, not a politician. He's there like we ask him to go and be an outsider and try to fix things. Well, the establishment in Washington, which most people think is two parties, Republican and Democrat, in truth, folks, there are not two parties. That's just the game they play to keep us confused and to keep us happy and satisfied.
So true.
Now, let me say it this way, if they get to the point that they pull this off, once the Constitution is set aside, this is conjecture on my part, so please take it as such. I can't swear to it. I can't prove it. But I believe, Lisa, that they're planning to reinstate Obama.
Oh, please, no, that'd suck. Now, is there a way to stop this? I mean, because obviously,
yes,
what is that direction that we need to take to keep this plan, especially Obama, if he is reinstated, I'm going to go nuts because that was just hell. But what's the way to stop that?
Well, what I'm doing here today, and I don't like to tell people, I don't like to be another come along that just tells a problem and then, get everybody all war hooped up and then leave. The reason I'm going to do the YouTube thing, as you know, Lisa, I don't have enough breath to do talk shows left and right, one after another, like in the old days.
Yeah.
So what I want to do is do a little 3 to 10 minute daily, kind of like a bulletin. I think we're going to call it Nichols Notes. And in that's where we're going to have ongoing instructions of what we've got to do to stop this. But now I'm going to tell you the outline of how to stop it. Every member of Congress, folks, every member of Congress has got to run again in 2018. You can forget trying to get a Democrat to do anything. Forget it. But here is what I had said in Ohio when I did a plan for the Tea Party there. Donald Trump did it nationally. Folks, we don't need to start another political party. A lot of people tell me that. They say, we need to get another party, one for us. You get another party, we never win. We split it up.
Yeah.
But what we can do, Lisa, is we can take control. We can literally take over the RNC. We can take it. We can literally put the Republicans that are in office, who right now are planning to betray Trump, but they're waiting for, they're waiting to get the okay so that they can say, oh, we didn't know that, now we've got to do it. Now we've got to impeach him. I didn't want to, and I didn't think there was anything to this, but now, golly, we've got to do it. And it gives them cover. What we've got to do, folks, first, Remember what our founding fathers gave us. They gave us 3 weapons to use when the day came that they knew would come, when bad people would get control of our government. They knew it. They knew it was coming. And they even told us, if you recall, Lisa, they said, we must be vigilant. We dropped the ball on being vigilant. But they did say also that if our government becomes tyrannical, it is the duty of each and every American to overthrow it, right?
Right.
Now, first things first, number one, and I will help y'all with this. Number one, no, every Republican member of Congress and a third of the Senate, and the Republicans that have to run out of that third for the Senate, they're never more vulnerable, Lisa, never. And I think I've done a pretty good job over the years pointing out to your audience and others that the establishment of Washington, D.C., which is both parties, everything, they don't care about us. They don't care about the country. They care about nothing except one thing, their job.
Yeah, power.
Their job. That's right, power. We're going to show up at the town hall meetings, and we're going to make it very clear to the Republicans that are running. Either you stand firm with President Trump,
or you're out.
Or you're out, and we will see to it. And they know, because of what they saw with Donald Trump, it's not an idle bluff.
Right.
If we all stand together, now I'll tell you what the Republicans are going to say to you, so get ready. They're going to say, okay, Nichols, that's really sweet. So you're telling people to go out there and elect a Democrat. That will really make sense, doesn't it?
No.
Let me tell you what you say to that, folks, or what I'll say, and I hope you do. Number one, I would rather than have a traitor among us, I would at least like to know if the person that's in Congress or the Senate that represents me, if that person is a traitor. I'd really rather know it than to have somebody in there that is a traitor but covers and hides it. So you see, Lisa, we're at the point now, y'all, to where we've got nothing to lose. Nothing. I mean, either we re-elect a Republican that is a part of this system that's going to end up, that Republican, if we're not careful, is going to turn back this effort to get rid of Trump. And we got that, or we got a Democrat. Or we got another thing. We scared the bejesus, Lisa, out of every Republican running for office in Washington, D.C. We make them feel us. We make them feel the mad. We make them feel the seriousness to which we take this. And it does not mean if, for example, we have to take a congressman that's turning on us and betraying the country and his oath that he swore when he took his office. When we find one of those, if they do not conform to our wishes, we're not going to have to elect a Democrat, because we'll pick somebody and run against them in the primary election. And for those of you that think you can't do that and win, I remind you, go back and look at Donald Trump. In the primaries, Lisa, you know this. The establishment Republicans did everything in their power to rig all of these, the race, the first race.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they rig a lot. And Larry, we're coming close on time here, just to FYI, as you finish.
Okay. Well, and this is the problem, Lisa. This is complicated, but it's real. So we go and we put pressure on the congressman. Then I ask y'all to do one other thing. When there is a town hall meeting, go. And when these anarchists stand up and shout them down, your job is to stand up and be heard. Be heard.
And I second every bit of that. And I always say, get on your senators and your congressmen's pages, their Facebook pages, their Twitter pages, respond, comment, like when they do something in support of things that you like, dislike, what they're doing that you don't like. Look, if we don't start getting politically active like the far left, we're in hell over, we're in hell over high water, or whatever the statement. I always say it backwards, but I mean, we're in a lot of trouble, and that's just it. And like Larry said, we're facing impeachment of Trump. He's got inside information that's a real possibility if something isn't done now to stop it. If we don't up our game and start getting politically involved and making our voices heard, then we could meet a dead end here soon. And the America that you're looking at is not going to be the America you once knew. So
it will be no more. And I would remind every one of you that are wondering, well, why do I say 6 months? They believe that they must make this move within 6 months so that they will have time to betray Trump, which, by the way, is betraying us. And then, like they've always done, that'll kind of settle down and people will forget it, and then they'll run and get in the race and get elected.
Now, Larry, I encourage everyone, check out his book, 28 Years to Nowhere. It's at LarryNichols.com.
No, the book is LarryNicholsBook.com.
Okay, LarryNicholsBook.com. His website is LarryNichols.us, and I'll leave links. And make sure you check out his book because it's got a lot of information in there. It details some of the plans. Larry really was involved in that years ago, so he kind of knows the ins and outs. Not only that, but Larry's going to be opening up, as I said in the beginning of this, his own YouTube channel. So I'm excited to see it, and he's going to have little quick tidbits where he's going to explain, okay, this is how you can help. This is how you can get involved.
That's right. And Lisa, let me say this to all of you. I know what I'm saying sounds crazy, but I would ask y'all this, even if I know some of you don't like me, some of you hate me, some of you like me, it don't matter. What I ask you to do, look at the things I have said will happen over the past 28 years, and you tell me whether I told the truth or not.
Exactly.
What I told you would happen, happened, and I'm telling you the same here. There's one other thing I'd like to put in as a caveat. I'm broke. I have nothing at all. May I give them the PayPal account?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Nichols Live at AOL.com. I'll leave a link. He's got a lot of medical issues and medical bills. So any support or funding you can do, send it to Larry today. And instead of me, send it on Larry's way today. He definitely needs it. And I think you're well deserving because everything you do for free here online. So I'm highly thankful.
Just know this, Lisa, I'm very, very proud of you and what you've done and how you've helped me get my word out, my message out through all these years and months that we've been together. But folks, this is very, very real. This is not some wild-eyed conspiracy theory. Look for yourself. We are in the middle of a silent coup. Even Rush Limbaugh. Remember when I came on your program months ago saying we were in a silent coup?
Yep, I remember before anyone else said it. And
now Limbaugh's even acknowledging that we're in the middle of a silent coup. They have taken over the media. They've taken over everything. We have to communicate to each other.
Amen.
That's
Amen.
it.
All right, Larry. Well, thanks again for coming on the broadcast. I'll bring you on again when you get a little more settled on YouTube there. And if you guys want to subscribe to his website, you can do that. It'll also be linked to his YouTube channel there. Anyhow, well, thanks again for tuning in. This is Lisa Haven and Larry Nichols signing out.